Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I just begin in Catalan language because I think maybe that is something that people cannot complain, because in these past days we have receiving a lot of complaints about the two language thing, that I am speaking two languages and it's horrible and difficult to understand, to follow. Why don't you do different videos and so on? So I just wanted to let you know, because from the foundation they told me, please tell something for the new people, that I am doing everything as possible to speak in both languages, because it's really difficult as to make, for me to make exactly the same video in English in a separate video, and also the energy is different, and of course that that we don't have the time to translate what I am saying, because it's all like improvised, and if anyone had to translate everything that I say, we wouldn't be in the same rhythm. Okay, so it is very difficult, and that's why I decided to do it in both languages. So if you have any problem with listening both languages, just go into the next one and just pass the language, and that's it. Okay, or take notes, or just look into yourself. I don't know. I think that's the only thing that I have to say. I am doing everything as possible for this to reach as many people possible. So this is why I'm doing this in two languages. So the reason why, of course, I speak English in these videos is because, of course, I cannot, well, English is the most spoken by many countries. Of course, if it would be another language, I would try to learn that language to speak to the most people as possible. But that's the language that most of the people speak. And of course, I cannot do a video in all the languages because I can't. So yeah, that's it. And of course, I cannot do just I cannot do just in English, because I speak Spanish, and that's my language, and I want to keep talking my language. So that's it. And also, I appreciate the people that tells me, why don't you do this or that? But we have been like this a few months already, and if there was an easier way, of course, I would have taken it. So thank you. So once said this, let's go to the topic for today. There was another thing that came to me now to speak, but no, I won't. I won't talk about that. Remember something else that I almost forgot. Today is December 16. So remember that the December 21st, we will be connecting to the alignment of Jupiter and Saturn, okay, which will be the 21st December, the alignment that we call the Bethlehem star. So this alignment already started today, but it won't be, but the most important moment will be the 21st, December 21st. So So the way in which line day will happen in a long time again. Okay, so that's why it's important this day. Remember that the 21st will be the day in which we would say comes back the Christic energy to the planet, and we put a foot inside the era of Aquarius. So this day would be very important. So for us, in this what we do, we will take it kind of like a new year. The reason why I'm saying this, and I will repeat this every day from now, is because the 21st, the precise moment these two planets will be aligned together in degree 0 of this new time, will be at 2020, 8:20 p.m. Egypt time. So our alignment. Okay, so it's a special moment. Okay, so it's like if we organize this. So now take note and pay attention, because this December 21st, we are not going to be connected at 2020. We will start the transmission at 8 p.m. Okay, so 8 p.m. we will be all connected here. So we have these 20 minutes to prepare ourselves for the alignment that we start at 2020 Egypt time. Okay, I guess that it is important to share these things, because these synchronicities that we are living are telling us that we are doing what we are supposed to do, because it's all so perfectly aligned. So I want to share some data for tomorrow, for this year that I understood yesterday. So I don't know if you remember, but once we finish with all the alignments next July, I will go to the North Pole, and then going through the Kundalini of the planet, ending in the South Pole. So this trip, that is the Kundalini trip, will start in the North Pole in August, the beginning of August, and will finish in January 2022 in the South Pole. So what is incredible is that I was looking into the eclipses for 2021, and usually we have two eclipses, sun eclipses every year, but in 2021 we have one in June, and the other one will be in December. And both of them, the first one, the one in June, its greatest shadow will be in the North Pole, and in December the greatest shadow will be in the South Pole. So it's perfectly aligned. It's perfectly aligned from the north to the south, all the Kundalini path. And the amazing thing is that in 2022 there is no solar eclipse, which is really weird. So we are going to be in the light, no shadows to face that year. So incredible. So everything is kind of aligned to everything. So you know that I had no idea. Looking into how everything is so connected, we'll begin with the topic for today, which is the links. So first of all, let's think about the differences between matrix and links, because links are not the same as matrix. Matrix is something that holds all the links. Okay, so we have to understand that matrix is kind of like this womb, like a network, like a spider web that is connecting everything all around. And the links are the tiny parts that connect each one of the parts of the matrix. So in our cultures today, we have this concept, for sure I have heard this many times, that when we speak about links with others, sometimes we perceive a negative aspect of what is a link. So it's about, we believe that it's about the links that we have with other people emotionally, sometimes we are we think that we have links with karma. So like if they are attachments with other people. So one of the things that we see in this perception of the links is as like if we are this perception that we have, that is a heavy thought about the links that we have with others. It comes from the history, it comes from our culture. This culture is the one that tells us in our culture that to be linked with someone, that to be attached to something, is basically to be in chain with someone. From my hands and from my feet, I am connected to someone as a slave. Okay, so I'm in a relationship of attachment, or because of a level of power. Okay. So these cultural beliefs that we have within about the links that we have with others makes us think that we are that in order to be free, what we have to do is to cut the links with everyone around, like to break these links, these chains, and to set yourself free. But in concepts, it's impossible to break any link. It's literally impossible to break them. So you cannot break anything in the universe. You cannot separate anything in the universe. So to understand how these concepts work, let's go into a historical idea or fact of how we live these links. So to speak about history, what we have to just a moment. So in history, one example about these links is how the different countries from the Americas started to ask for the independence. Okay, so they wanted to become independent from the metropolis. Okay, so the metropolis were in Europe, and they were the empires that got colonies. So the colonies started to look for the independence and to set themselves free from the links with the metropolis in Europe. Okay, so for example, began United States began, then or Haiti, Mexico, Argentina, Argentina, Brazil, and so on. So that's how they started to get independence from the metropole in Europe. So now picture this, that when the Americas, the countries of the three Americas wanted to set themselves free from the metropolis in Europe, they just changed the idea of having a king into having a president. They changed the concept of having feudalism into having a parliament, senators, and the Senate, the parliament, and so on. So when the countries in the Americas got independent, they just copied the same system in a different way. They changed the way, but the system is exactly the same. So even today, what we have is republics, different from the monarchies of the Europe in that time. We changed that, but we still are looking for this kind of freedom, because what we really did, it was to paint the chain with colors. That's the only difference that we have. That's why we feel that we are still trapped below a system that is above us. So we never really, as a population, never worked in what it is a link within. So as you have seen through the history, what we do when we set ourselves free is that we just cut some chains, but we do exactly the same, okay? Because we hadn't had the practice of how it is to be free. What is to feel free? What is to be myself? I never had this practice. So this is why I suddenly, when I feel free because the chains were broken, I suddenly say, okay, I have to go to someone different and attach me to that other one to put the chains in a new one so I can feel safe. So this represents a human being that had never worked in what a link really means and what freedom really means. I will never find the freedom by breaking something outside. That's not freedom. The only way you can find freedom is when you are free in what you think, in what you feel, and what you do. So this is why we as humans don't really know what it is to be free, because to be free implies a lot of responsibility on the being. So now we are starting a new time. We are beginning a new time. With this Christic energy coming, with this new era coming, and new systems coming. So what are we going to do in this new time? Are we going to rely this power into a Christ, into the new era of Aquarius, into a new system? The only way in which we are going to be coherent in the new time is if each one of you, of us, recognize that myself, I have a part of that Christic energy. If myself decide to think like in Aquarius time, if I myself become the system that I want to be. So now, what is a link? A link basically is the projection of a reality. So remember, we have a positive and a negative. The positive projects into the negative into the positive. And how are they connected? By a wave of energy. So this wave of energy creates this link, but it's not a chain, it's a link of vibration. And this vibration can change into different frequencies. And those frequencies create different fractalization of this positive and negative, creating different possibilities. So these links are not tiny, are not the ones that get us tied. These links are the ones that just describe what are our vibrations. So everything that we perceive in our reality as a link that I have with something outside is just the perception of my vibrational state. So this means that I am not linked or attached to anything. I am only connected to the things that vibrate in the same resonance, the same vibration that I vibrate. So when someone says, I will cut, or I want to cut a karmic link that I have, you cannot do that. The only thing that you can do with the karmic link is to integrate it, to learn about it. So when I have a link with someone, with some people, I should not cut the link of that people. What I have to do is to think what part of myself is within that people. Which part I lost from myself that I gave to the other one. So remember that in the universe, everything is vibration. So if everything is vibration, I am like a note in music. So this note in music emits a vibration that is connected with another note. And that note will resound coming back to me as an echo, creating a song. But if I don't change my octave of vibration, I will always play exactly in the same notes, the same song, sounding constantly the same. So picture that when what you are doing, what we are trying to do is to change our octave of vibration. So in order to be in another octave of vibration, of consciousness, you have to basically do the same like in music, change your note into another octave. So when people say, I have to cut the links with others in order to change my vibration and go into another octave of vibration, of consciousness, that's not how it works, because the other notes are not getting you stuck in this vibration. It's you who is not being able to change that vibration. So the reason why humans, we don't move forward and we are still attached to those links that we have with people is because we have been built through those links. So in a part of us, we think that if we cut those links, we are nothing. We just disappear. So let's go to understand something that that I'm not really good on explaining this, but I was taking these classes of piano, so I will try to explain this. So let's do it very simple. For sure, you have seen someone playing the piano. So when someone plays the piano, usually use two hands. So with this hand, you are in one octave, and with this hand, you are in another octave. So with this hand, you are playing the melody, and with this other hand, you are playing the notes to hold this melody. Okay, to hold the melody. To accompany the melody. So let's understand this. Imagine that you are willing to get into this level of consciousness. So you are in another octave of vibration, and you have this other one that is in the low vibration. So you want to live here in this vibration because this one is horrible, and you want to cut all the links with this one here. I don't want to. Okay? So what it is, I was living here in this low vibration. Okay? So for example, a family that fights with you, that laugh at you because you are the weird of the family, so you want to just get rid of this. So you say, I want to cut all the links that I have with my family because I don't like this environment. Okay, so I will change my vibration into another octave of consciousness, and suddenly you are with the family of light. Now you can be with your friends that they think like you and so on, because you are in the same octave of vibration. But what happened? I cut the links with these ones. So I hide the hand and I just play with one hand. So this sounds basically like tan 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 tan. You're not playing anything. It's like horrible because it's so boring with just one hand. You don't have anything. Okay? So it's like going to the primary school to play piano with just two fingers. Okay? So what happened? When I cut links with people or beings or whatever, I am just taking one hand of the piano. That's what happened. So look at this, that you can go from this low vibration into this high vibration. You can do it. But without the low vibration, it doesn't sound good. The vibration is sharing constantly, moving in a wave. So because this low vibration is the one that makes you what you are now. Okay? That's the music. So all the music is the matrix. And the fingers, the notes that you touch, the harmonics you do in between each one of them is what we call the links, sharing data and information to one another. So this is important to understand, that we should not cut any link from our mind, from ours. If we cut them, we're going to lose some notes and we are not going to be able to listen to the music. So the question of how can I do it, there's no one way. There's no manual, handbook to do it. There's so many ways. But all of them are connected with just one word, which is love. Unconditional love. Once you understand that all the connections that exist are connected by love, and you become that love, you become also freedom, and you become the one able to rebuild those links into a different awareness. So all the links are creating the network of consciousness. What do I have to, what is missing in this network? The consciousness. So the way in which you bring consciousness to this network, to these links, is by asking the questions. Why, who, where, from when, since when, what for, how. All these questions are the ones that bring consciousness, awareness to the links. And once you clarified all the links, you set yourself free and you begin to create the network. Not cutting links, but weaving the network. Now, the next part is a task of yours. I cannot answer those questions. You are the only one able to answer your own questions. So let's go to information for today. I was just saying that I always say today I will speak a little bit, not much, because I don't have anything to say, and sadly it's too late, and this is the thing of having Mercury in Cancer. The vibration for today is Wir. The code for today is the color orange. As the wavelength of the light increases its resonance, we can contemplate the orange tones like in a sunset, related with manifestation, nutrition, and gestation. Vibration that gives life to the lighting of the sacral chakra. Rosing at the same time brown tones, like the earth and vegetation, like the skin and organs. The statement for today is, I am the legacy of the One. So let's go to the line. Take a deep breath, relax the body. I focus on the breathing. As you breathe, remember that you are on this rock, the holy rock, surrounded by these 4 prophets, and around you, the world, the nature, humans and animals. I remember that the fire within my heart have given a legacy to be brought throughout all humanity in the whole world. Without any judgment, I just take the decision to become one of the prophets around me and to begin their path towards the direction they are facing to, north, south, east, or west. Look into the horizon and bring this legacy within your heart. I walk through deserts, savannas, and forests. Through rivers and seas. As I walk ahead, I see how other humans start to accompany my path. Each time, even more humans. Different ages, different villages, ethnies, races, and genders. Recognize they are not following you. They are following the legacy that you hold within your heart. And then you arrive to a spot where you sit and look how these hundreds of people sit around you to wait for what you have to say, to share the legacy within. Take a deep breath and feel a big bread between your hands. You show it to everyone until you break it in two and start to share tiny pieces with the hundreds waiting for you. and remember that this is your legacy, that the unity, the one, nourish everyone. And you tell them the unity is the only body existing. The unity is the meal that nourishes everyone. Our body is unity, and that's the legacy of the one. And from my heart I resound, activating these parts of the one in each one of the hundreds individuals, taking the holy meal. I am the legacy of the one. I am the legacy of the one. I am the legacy of the one. We are all connected to the unity, and that's our legacy. This is my body. This is my blood. And as you become nourished by it, you remember that you are the eternal life. For I am one. Take a deep breath and bring your hands to your heart, beginning to caress your body, perceiving how it's feeling, becoming nourished as a legacy of unity. I see. I see. I am the net. And each one at its own time, come back here and now, opening your eyes. Thank you everybody for being there as always, and see you tomorrow at the same time. Bye.